Okay, so I'm live. This is it. Down to the last box. It's there. It's right there. So I cut the last one a little short because it was starting with Neil Young, and I figured we just go start with Neil Young and go through that whole collection. Just some random stuff I still have around here. I'm really trying to get this room cleaned out and done. All right. Actually, I have a bad spot. I'll do it this way. All right. So I have Neil Young, self-titled. This is I suppose it doesn't say anything about the pressing, but it's a VG rating. But who knows? I have Neil Young with Crazy Horse. Everybody knows This Is Nowhere. And this came out this year, I think. It was Neil Young with Crazy Horse Early Days. 10 rare and unreleased versions from 1970. First time on vinyl. So I put these in order. I don't put it under 2024. I put it underneath 1970 because I like to have my albums in order as close to the time they were recorded. Neil Young After the Gold Rush, one of my all-time favorites of him. And this was Neil Young Live at the Cellar Door. I'm not sure what year that was, around probably 1970 or so. Then Neil Young, 1970, Carnegie Hall. And then for you Canadians, Neil Young, 1971 at Massey Hall. Massey Hall? I hear you guys talking about this all the time. Massey Hall. And then Neil Young, Shakespeare. This is a really good live album. It's one of my favorite live albums by him. Like his single kind of like acoustic kind of thing. Really good. And then Neil Young, Saturday, January 30th, 1971 at Royce Hall. All right. And then there's Neil Young live at Los Angeles Music Center, Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, February 1st, 1971. A lot of information there. Oh, of course, Harvest. And I'm going to have to get rid of some of these because I have a Harvest. And I have a Harvest. And then I also have the box set Harvest. So something's got to go. I don't need all these copies. And this is a recent pickup for me, Journey Through the Past soundtrack. I don't even think I've listened to this yet. It just kind of ended up into the collection because of the hurricane. So I got to give that a listen. And then I got the 50th anniversary of Time Fades Away. And it has a bonus track of The Last Trip to Tulsa on clear vinyl. This has a little bit of noise on it. Usually Neil Young stuff is really good. They let this one slip up a little bit. Okay, I'll explain what I'm doing over here. I'm kind of fighting wires down there. I have all my speaker wires and stuff, and they kind of lay low down there. So I'm trying to get my albums in and then get the wires kind of going across the top. All right, Neil Young. This is a reissue of Tonight's the Night. Had a hard time finding like an original or whatever because they were always in rough shape, but got a nice clean copy here. Neil Young, Somewhere Under the Rainbow, Santa Monica, with the Santa Monica Flyers, 1973. Neil Young, On the Beach. Homegrown. It's kind of like a mix mash kind of thing of an album that should have been but wasn't kind of thing. I do not have Zuma, but I have Duma, the reimagining of Duma, I guess. So I still need Zuma. This was another one of those kind of albums that should have been but wasn't. It was kind of shelved. Really good. This is Hitchhiker. Really one of my favorites, definitely. Homegrown's okay, but Hitchhiker's really good. And this is a live one, two album set, Songs for Judy. And there's a trippy part in there where Neil's talking about Judy Garland. It's really weird. You got to hear it. It's funny. Wires are annoying. More Neil Young. All right, so this came out, I think, last year also. Chrome Dreams. Very good album. Got a copy of this. I always think the other side's the front, but this is the front, I believe. No. I always get this one mixed up. It's American Stars and Bars. Good album. I always forget which one. Oh. Falling down over there. Where's the damn spine? So it loads from the top. I don't know. I think that's the front cover. That's the back. It's just weird. That's what fun. Comes a Time. Really good Neil album. Rust Never Sleeps. Hawks and Doves. It's just part of the collection. It's not one of my favorites. This one is, though. It's a fun one. Neil Young and Shocking Pink. Everybody's Rockin'. It's a good, fun album. This one I picked up this year. Old Ways. It's like a country album that he did. It has, like, I think, Willie and Waylon on here. Some of those country guys. And it's just a good kind of Neil Young country album. And then Landing on Water. This one's kind of growing on me. I'm gonna have to work on that. Something weird. All right. And Neil Young. This is one of those radio broadcasts. Really good because this covers Sleeps with Angels, like right there in the 90s, some live stuff, and I actually like the material on here better than the recorded material on Sleeps with Angels. So this is really good. Actually, no. I don't think that's the one I was just thinking of. Rechecking that. No, that's not the one with Sleeps with Angels, because this is 86, so that is not it. It is a radio broadcast, but it's not the one that I was just talking about. And this is the Archives Volume 3, just a comp of the big box set that came out. Neil Young and the Blue Notes, really good. Yeah, this Note's for You, really good album. One of my could be my favorite. Gives Harvest a hard time, but my favorite of the 80s probably Freedom. So I have this one. And then you have the one that came with the box set, which might have been that one. Seems like that should have been the box set one. I'll check that out. But then this was in the box set also. Neil Young, Crazy Horse, Ragged Glory. This is a really good one. Neil Young, Crazy Horse, Way Down in the Rust Bucket. It's a 4 LP set. It just covers a lot of really cool stuff. Recorded, I think, somewhere in the late 80s on this one. Still more Neil Young. All right. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Weld. And then when you got that in the 90s, I think this was separate, and it was kind of rare and hard to find. I had the CD for it, but then they put it together later, the 2 albums. That's part of that other box set that had Ragged Glory in it and Freedom. And then this is really good, Harvest Moon. All right, Neil Young, Crazy Horse, live 1994. This is the one that has the Sleeps with Angels material on it that I like better than the actual Sleeps with Angels album. Toast. If you haven't heard this one, check it out. If you like Neil Young, this is very good. Return to Greendale, kind of a concept thing. It's not great, but it's part of the collection. And then A Letter Home, where he did recorded it in this booth at Jack White's place where he do recording. He kind of just did messages to his mom, I guess, who had passed away, and did different songs on here. So it's a really pretty personal album. It's very old. It's an old-timey recording thing, so it sounds very dated. The recording does. Right. This is the last of the Neil. Okay, so this is one he did with Promise of the Rio, which is Willie Nelson's son's band, The Visitor. Really good one. Noise and Flowers with Neil Young and Promise of the Rio again. That one I haven't listened to. It's another one I got. The hurricane happened and I didn't get a chance to listen to it. Neil Young, The Times. Neil Young and Crazy Horse Barn, another great later Neil album. Really good. This one's good. Neil Young and Crazy Horse World Record. Neil Young, Before and After. That's a solo acoustic album. And I think so it's a continuous play thing going through songs of Neil Young, like straight shot, and he's changing it up a little bit. And then this one came out on Record Store Day this year, Effin' Up. Really good one. It's a live recording. I think even Nils Lofgren's on here, but really, really good recording. Got a little bit of Frank Zappa, The Hot Rats, good one. Overnight Sensation, nice reissue, sounds good. Finally got a good copy of Apostrophe, hopefully, because I haven't listened to it yet. Hurricane happened, didn't get to hear it, so I need to give this a spin. Chic Your Booty. Tinseltown Rebellion. And the music from the Zappa soundtrack, which is cool because it takes you from his, I think it's a 2 LP set, from his early career, his start, all the way through to, I don't know where they take it to, I guess mid 90s. So good kind of career spanning thing to listen to. All right, getting into Warren Zevon more and more. His first album, this is a reissue. It's nice to have, good sounding. Really happy to find this, especially music on vinyl. Excitable Boy, one of his best albums, probably the best in my opinion. And then Bad Luck Streak and Dancing School. This is another one I haven't listened to because of the hurricane, but it's Warren Zevon, Stand in the Fire Live. It's older, it's beat up a little bit, but got to give it a listen. The Envoy. And then The Best of Warren Zevon. Nice compilation kind of thing. All right, then I have Sentimental Hygiene by Warren. The Wind, I finally got a copy of that one, his very last album. And this one's really cool too. It's called Preludes. It's a compilation of rare and unreleased recordings. This is one I got to give a listen to. I know a lot of people like this album, and I kind of picked it up because of VC hype, but I need to listen to it. I definitely love Time of the Season, but I need to listen to the rest of this and see if I want to keep it just for one song. And then I got a nice reissue copy of ZZ Top, Tres Hombres. Okay, so we get into country. My last kind of subgenre, put that at the end. This is the original Carter family recordings. June Carter Cash's family, later married Johnny Cash. All right, Songs of Your Soul, very early Johnny recording. Or Songs of Our Soul. Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line, good album. Is this a comp? I can't remember if this is a comp. Of course, you got to have a Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. The Essential Johnny Cash. Something's missing here. Hold on. Oh no, it isn't. Nope, never mind. I'll take myself out. And then I have almost all the American recordings. I think I'm just missing 4. So this is Cash, American 1, Cash, American 2, Cash, American 3. Hopefully I gotta have these right. I don't really tell you. It's hard to tell. This is Cash. This is American 4. And then Cash. So I'm missing 5. So I have all the Cash Americans except for 5. I can't find that one. Okay. So Patsy Cline. This is an older recording. My uncle had these albums. His country music. I have a Skeeter Davis. Some good old country. Handsome Family Band. Really good gothic sounding country is how I describe these guys. The Highwaymen Live. And I just recently got the Highwaymen album. So it's on the turntable. I'm listening to it. And then the Waylon and Willie album. All right. And then we get into some George Jones. I need to listen to these and see how much I really want to keep these. But George Jones Sings from the Heart. George Jones Sings a Book of Memories. George Jones Heartaches by the Number. This is a good one. George Jones, The Best of Hank Williams. So I know I do like this one. And those are albums, again, that came from my uncle's. He had a bin of records that was sitting in a shed for years in Florida. Pulled them out, and they actually played fine because they were all stacked the way they should be and just sitting out there. And they didn't warp or anything. Reissue of Loretta Lynn's Coal Miner's Daughter. And Loretta Lynn, You're Looking at Country. Got quite a bit of Willie here. This is a cool one. Willie Nelson Things to Remember. The Pamper Demos. Some very early recordings of Willie. Probably, in my opinion, his best album, Shotgun Willie. Even though I haven't heard them all, this is a really good album. And this one right there along with it, Phases and Stages. Both of these are record store day releases. With bonus material. I got a Stardust on MoFi. And this is just a really good greatest hits. Willie Nelson's greatest hits. And some that will be. And this takes it to the end of my Willie stuff. City of New Orleans. I got this at a thrift store. It's kind of growing on me, so I think I'm going to keep it. Willie Nelson live from Austin, Texas. Willie Nelson, a tribute to Ray Price. I got to give this a re-listen. What's up, Sam? Closing towards the end here in the country stuff. Willie Nelson, God's Problem Child. It's a very slick sounding album, but it's good. Definitely the aged Willie voice here. And then I got both of these bad boys. The tribute, his 90th birthday tribute that recently happened. I picked up Volume 1 and Volume 2. All right. I have purged something. I can show you here in a minute, and I want to probably purge a few more, but I have a good stack of albums here that are going. Yeah, so I did find some that need to go. Don't have much John Prine. I'll probably be adding to that at some point, but right now I just have Bruised Orange. And then I believe this was his last album, The Tree of Forgiveness. Really good material on here. I'm just responding to this question. Of course, I need to put that up there. And I have this one, John Prine, Stay, the Oh Boy Years compilation. And then I have a box set down there of John Prine live. So I have a fair amount of John Prine, but nowhere near his whole collection. Then I had this in country because I still consider him country, but it's Sturgill Simpson, A Sailor's Guide to the Earth. Really, really good sounding album. There's horns and brass. And it has its soulful moments, but he's got a really like heavy, thick, like Southern accent through it all. So I keep it country. And this was the one he put out recently, I think this year, as Johnny Blue Skies, but it's Sturgill Simpson. All right. Finishing up with some Chris Stapleton. I have all his albums, Traveler. A song from, what's this one called? Songs from a Room, Volume 1. From a Room, Volume 2. Purging Duplicated. I need to do that. There's several. I'm going to go through and listen to which one's the better copy. I'm sweating over here. I'm working out for you guys. Yeah, I will be. I have purged a couple, but I want to purge some duplicates. Just no sense. I'm not really someone, unless it's Billy Joel, I get picky about his stuff. But other than that, but Starting Over, it's a good album. And in his latest album, Higher, good country, soulful country album. And then this one's going to go. It's just not a very good copy of it. I do want a good Don Williams greatest hits. He inspired a lot of people in the 70s, believe it or not, like Clapton and a lot of guys. So, but I just need a better copy album. So this one's going to go. It doesn't have skips or anything, but I just want better quality. And I have a couple Hanks. Hank Williams, Wandering Around. And then Hank Williams, Greatest Hits. And that's how I end it. So I did purge quite a bit. I think I can show you. I've got a lot of things hooked up to my computer right here. So I got a stack about that many records. I don't know, 30 records there or something like that. Or that way, the Beatles. Yeah, everybody has their artists where they'll go ahead and put duplicates, and that's, of course, I understand that. But there's other ones where it's like I like the album, but it's like, all right, I had a copy of it, I found a better copy, so I really should have just kept the better copy and just gotten rid of the other one. But I was kind of lazy at the time, so. But that's it. That's my whole collection. So I'm just in the middle of getting the room in order. If you watch the previous videos, you'll see the changes. Like this thing right here has moved around quite a bit. It was over here last night where the keyboard is, been over here. Finally put it here. I just think it looks better over there. And then I used to have all my records underneath the TV, so I'm glad it's pretty much moved now. So I just have a couple CDs and my guitars and stuff over there. And then all the way over there, I can't really see it, but there's albums in this closet. So I'll probably do a video once the room gets straightened out. I'm not going to bore you guys unless I do like a live thing. I was thinking about doing something where each like have a panel of maybe like 4 people at the most, and each person, you know, has they come up and say, okay, who do you like better? And they just name 2 artists, and the rest of the panel kind of votes on who they like better. And then the next one does the same thing, and you just kind of do that. You know, each person has like 5 of those that they can do, where they do, hey, which one do you like better? I think it just make good discussion. Be kind of neat. Could even do the same thing with albums, but I thought you'd start with artists, but something like that. But if I do something like that, I guess I wouldn't be straightening up my room while we do it. But anyway, I'll probably do a video, show you guys afterwards. Do you want to sell the lot? Yeah, I've got my local record store. They're gonna work with me. I'll probably get a really good. They work with me a lot because I help them film their videos. So for the most part, there's some that probably just need to go to a thrift store. They're not in great shape, but some that are in decent shape in there. So yeah, I will be. I'll probably be selling it to them. Just make it easy, that kind of thing. Don't have to worry about shipping and all that stuff. I do sell some things on eBay, so I'll see if I think something's eBay worthy kind of thing. I'll move it over there because you can see over there I have a Miles Davis UHQR box. I have a Miles Davis MoFi box. There's 4 or 5 other albums there too that I'll probably sell on eBay. Well, that I have on eBay right now. So some of these might move to eBay. But anyway, I think I did pretty good. I got quite a bit done. I got all the records put back. They're officially put back. And I purged, and I'm going to purge some more. And there's a couple more I need to give a listen to, but I think they need to go. They're just probably not going to get played. Yeah. So, but yeah, well, thanks for joining me. That was fun. That was a quicker one, kind of. I had a lot of Neil Young in there, but yeah, so probably, I don't know if you guys go over to Rob's channel on Wednesday nights, but I'll be over there at Northern Revolutions. I'll be in the chat, goofing around in there, have a good time. So yeah, that's it. That was my journey. So everything's still getting the rest of the house put together after the hurricane and everything. So we're just kind of getting back to normal. So we're getting there. But yeah, so cool. Well, thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys are enjoying your music, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right. Take care. Bye.